to my YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend that you subscribe. But if you've already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. Remember to like this video, because if you like the video, it gets recommended to other users on YouTube. So today we'll be talking about a very important topic, and we'll be talking about what you need to do after you win the green card lottery.
My name is Wofoy. That's the name that I use on most of my social media platforms. But the name that I use on my YouTube channel is wofoytv. I am a Ghanaian, 100% Ghanaian. You know, some people don't think that I am a Ghanaian. I'm a Ghanaian. What I deal mostly on YouTube about is the green card lottery. I talk about other stuff, but the green card lottery is the most thing that I talk about on this
platform. Now that we know, everybody know who you are, now let's get to the serious business and talk about the green card lottery. So the green card lottery is coming out on the May 6th. I know everybody's excited.
Yes.
I'm excited for everybody. I want to see how many people will win. I'm excited. So let's talk about preparing, it's coming out on May 6th. So for the interview, what do you need to prepare? Like after May 6th, what next?
So, of course, May 6th is going to be like an exciting day. But I know some people are not going to check on May 6th. So those of you who are going to give it maybe like a day or two, just don't wait too long. Because for the past 2 years, the things that we've learned is that the longer you take to submit your visa application, the harder it's going to be for you along the journey. So what I want everybody who apply for the green card is for you to go and check as soon as the announcement is made. May 6th, you can check on May 6th, May 7th, May 9th, but don't wait until December. Like we have people who wait until December, November. Oh, I forgot about it. If you're going to forget about the registration, then forget about the whole process. Don't just forget about it and then January next year you're like, I just remembered, so I want to do it. Because delaying will cost you, a considerable amount of time. The other thing is that we're seeing that a lot of people will go for interviews and they are not really prepared for the interview because of documentation, right? Within the last few years, especially for women from Kenya, like single moms, the problem has been like getting consent letter for maybe like the child. And, a few years ago, we didn't know that, that's going to be a problem because we didn't have this amount of content, right? Because when I go for my interview, whatever happens, I zip my mouth and then stay in my house. And then the other person does the same thing. But now people are sharing their interview experiences, and we are seeing that people will need to get consent letters. So
yeah, that's a major thing that people are not aware, because somebody thinks like if a father is an absentee dad, or maybe the father, they just got them pregnant and disappeared and they've raised the kid by themselves, they think like if they go to the embassy and say that, the consulate will be like, okay, you can take the kid with you. They don't realize you need consent. As much as that dad is a deadbeat dad,
yes,
they need to approve for the kid to come to America.
Yes, so that is something that some women may have to start preparing for that. Don't wait until your interview day, because some people have this assumption that, oh, when I go for the interview and they need something, they will tell me to go and bring it. Yes, they will, but you're going to bring like a new document doesn't mean that they will check it the next day or the next week or the next month.
And then it's a problem if they bring the document, if your interview is like September 29th or September 30th.
What would you do?
If they tell you to go get a document, you know what that means? Like you're not getting that visa.
Yes, and your visa fee is gone.
It's gone. Yep, so that's why, that's a really valid point. They need to get everything, prepare early. If you need consent, get the consent early before even the date. Before even you win, start getting consent now.
Yeah, because the person is not even in, and the thing is that for when it comes to consent, even if the dad is not there, you can go to court and get sole custody papers. So
Exactly.
even if the dad is not there to give you the consent, because I know there's some
Mhm.
parents who can be really shady. They're like, if I'm not in your life, then you are not going to move forward, right? So,
Exactly. And what you know what I advise women like that? If he says you're not coming with the kid, just come and leave your kid there. This kid turns 18, guess what? You can go back and get them anyways. So you end up
yes,
winning at the same time. So if they
yes.
say don't go with my kid, you're like, okay, I'm gonna leave my kid behind. I'm gonna make a better life. And then after a few years, I'm gonna come and get my kid. Same outcome.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah. The other thing is, when you look at the delivery instructions, it doesn't really talk about grades, right? But
Mhm.
now we're discovering that you definitely need to be concerned about your grades. If you're
Yeah.
from Kenya, you need D minus. If you're
Mhm.
from average, and then if you're from Ghana, then you need to have, credits like average. So that is like C6 or better in 6 subjects. When you go to Sierra Leone, they need 5 credits. It doesn't matter which subjects that you pick from. So
Mhm.
different embassies are looking at our grades, but when you go into the actual instructions, it doesn't say anything like
Yeah,
that.
they just say high school requirement. They don't
Yes,
they
it's
catch you.
like
But
so
then you know the
special
good
competition.
thing, D minus is really low. Like in Kenya, like D
Mhm.
minus, you're one grade from an E. E is the last grade. So like
Oh,
usually D minus, like to get a D minus, I don't know, like is you know how hard is to get an A is?
uh-huh.
That's the same way it's so hard to get a D minus
Wow,
because
wow.
that's failing, like super failing. So which means like a lot of people who win the green card lottery in Kenya, they will end up coming because a lot of people get grades higher than D minus.
Yes, I don't doubt that because I've heard some
Mhm.
Ghanaians who complain. They're like, why is that Kenyans get D minus? Like, well, you are not born in Kenya. So, yeah, you have to deal with
I think
whatever.
it's with the education system. The education system is really good. It's British. It's really good. That
Mhm.
somebody who got like a potentially got a D in Kenya will come here and they can be a registered nurse. Like they
Oh,
can do so well because they prepare us so well that
okay.
even if you get a D, it doesn't mean like you're dumb. When they come here, they become more successful because at least they were prepared well with the education
Mhm.
system in our country.
Yeah, and the grading scale also because like people from Cameroon mostly the focus is on them passing both papers of A level, right?
Mhm.
And so somebody's in Ghana and they're like, why is that Cameroon they are not checking their grades? Well, Cameroon, if you don't pass the A levels, you don't even get a certificate. That's the thing, right? But in Ghana, you can go and write the exams, and all the Fs you got may not be on your certificate, but you still graduate, right? So it's like different standard for different areas, but it doesn't mean that, one country is way lower for, and sometimes some people think that, oh, I'm a Ghanaian, how about I go to this country? It may help in some, maybe one instance, like when you go to Sierra Leone, where they want just 5 credits as opposed to 6 credits in Ghana. But then, if you're a Ghanaian and you go to any other country, the embassy could call your embassy and find out, does this
Mhm.
certificate meet the requirement? So if you're a Ghanaian, you gather yourself, go to Nairobi, they will still call Ghana and ask them, this certificate, what is this? So
So you
if
just need the
American,
bottom line, you need to meet the basic requirement. If it's a grade level, you
yes,
meet that. No way around
yes.
it.
So
Mhm.
if your grades are not good, this will be like a good time for you to prepare to write an exams. Even though some people think that it might be too late. Like in Ghana, we have this private exams that people write. It is November, December, right?
Mhm.
So even though they're going to announce the winners in May, you could still write the exams November, December. And when you go for the interview and they ask you, okay, your grades, this doesn't qualify, you can tell them that I wrote the exams, the results will come up and they will hold your case until you show them the results.
So nice. So what I'm gathering here is like one, get consent early if you have young kids. And then
Mhm.
also like I know it says high school degree, but make sure there's a grade level. Like if your country have a grade level that you need to meet, make sure you're meeting that grade level, correct?
Yes.
What else do we need to prepare for the after May 6th?
Oh, we need money. We need money. It's like,
Yeah.
I saw a family of 11. I was like, let me
Wow.
pick a calculator and do this. 11. And this,
Wow.
and then plane tickets. So I think that this would be a good time for people to start saving money, like save as much money as you can. People need to save money for this because even when you need to save for your medicals, some people think that only the winner needs to pay for. No, anybody
Everybody.
who is coming for a green card, you need to, get your medicals done. Everybody. So whether you have a baby or you have an older, spouse or youngest, everybody needs to do their medicals. So you're going to spend a considerable amount of money for your medicals, and then your visa fee. That is per head. So all the human beings, some
For
people think that
11 people, that's a lot.
yes, I'm like $330 times 11.
Wow.
I'm like, these people need to get their visa because it's going to be painful if they don't, but yeah, people need to save a lot of money. But aside all of that, the other preparation is preparing for the interview day. A lot of people spend more time focusing on the updates about the journey, like, oh, the visa bulletin, we're waiting for my case to be current. I'm doing it. It's like, whilst you're waiting, the visa bulletin is posted once a month. You can check it when it comes to, but you need to be preparing because every year, sometimes some people get their interview letter in September, and then I see people complaining. I was like, if you had prepared, you wouldn't have cared whether they give you this afternoon, come in the evening. You would still go. So I think that people should prepare. I hope they had prepared before now, but even if anybody hasn't prepared yet, you need to prepare with your documents, your marriage certificate. If your marriage is not registered, register it. Some people think that, oh, my wife knows I am married to her, my husband knows. Yes, but the government needs paper. People need to go and register their marriages. If you're divorced, you need to register your divorce. I've checked Kenya. Kenya requires that even if your marriage is, traditional, you still need to go and register. The same for Ghana, the same for Liberia. So we don't have any excuse for not doing that. So we need to make sure we have our school certificate, we have a marriage certificate, birth certificate, passport renew, because recently someone was telling me that, oh, you can get a passport waiver. Yes, but which country in Africa will qualify for a passport waiver?
Yep.
Passport waiver is typically for people who come from countries that are like communist or stateless people. Which country in Africa?
Nope, none of them.
Everybody, even refugees have travel documents. So if you're from Ghana and you're waiting to the last day to get your passport, or you're hoping to get passport waiver, it's not going to happen. If you're from Kenya, it is not going to happen. You will not get the passport waiver. Go and get your passport renewed. So when you go for the interview and your visa is approved, they will post it inside, not anywhere else, just inside your passport. Okay.
And then also the passport is like good, like you have to make sure it's valid for at least 6 months.
Yes. And even if it's valid for 6 months, you make sure that it has at least 2 free pages. I have like my passport here. Like, sometimes your passport may have maybe 2 years to expire, but some people, they travel a lot. You need to make sure that you have like a page like
the front and back.
And back. Yeah. So even if your passport is 6 months or 1 year, make sure you have that free space. If you don't have it, you need to go and get it, additional pages or renew it.
Okay, and so for the green card lottery, do you talk about it like from experience? Do you talk about it like you went for training? Like, how do you have all this information that you're sharing on your channel?
Okay, so it's partly from experience and then a little bit from a lot of research. So the experience part comes from my dad. So my dad is somebody who also won the Greencard lottery, but that was many years ago. That was like DV 97. That's a long time. Yeah, that was the time where you get the application on the paper.
On the paper, wow.
And you have to mail everything to them. So seeing how my dad went through his, of course, a lot of things have changed. But the way we handle this thing in Ghana it seems to be the same way. It's like you see a lot of big posters in town, and it's telling people that you can go to America, you stay there for free, they pay for your plane ticket. I'm like,
I
that's
know.
not how it works, you know? So that was something that, you know, really motivated me, that I need to let people know that that's not how it works. You don't get anything for free other than you getting the opportunity to come to America. And then the other part is research, because we know that over the years, a lot of things have changed. Just like in 2021, when they started not collecting documents, you know, from applicants anymore. So it's like you need to be constantly updating your knowledge, else you're thinking about the old school way. And
Yep.
a lot of people are relying on information that is outdated. And so then they get stuck. And now I have people asking me, so when are they collecting my documents? Like, oh, where were you? 2021, they stopped this thing. They don't do it anymore. So
you need to do research, make sure like information that you share is most recent, updated, so that they have people know what they need to do. Okay, so also you also help people come to America, like if they win the green card lottery and they need help. So how do you do that?
Well, so when it comes to people getting the help to come there, the helping part that I do is just providing them with guidance. But as to hosting and accommodation, that is not something that I do at the moment. But I just provide them with guidance, because there are a lot of people, even people who are really educated, like you'll be surprised at the amount of college graduates who are still relying on agents, you know, and then they get misled, and then they're paying a lot of money. So what I do is just, you know, expose, you know, all of the different stages that you have to go through to get to the end goal. There are a lot of people who apply for the lottery without knowing that they qualify. It's like somebody applies for you, you win, they call you, they tell you that you've won the lottery, but they don't, it's like they want their money. So you only find out that you don't qualify when you get to the interview. By that time, the money is already gone. So what I help with is making sure that I give you the information that you need in order to be able to do it yourself, DIY. You don't need anybody.
So if somebody needs you to help them come to America, like if they won the DV lottery, how can they reach you? I don't know if you're able to tell us the rates, but if they need the help, how do they access, get in contact or get in touch with you?
Okay, so I have several groups on Facebook. So, you know, in Facebook groups, there are a lot of people who join the group and they don't ask questions. They are just in the group, right? But I also have a Telegram platform. A few years ago, well, that was like 2022, DV 2022, I had the WhatsApp platform. So I migrated to Telegram, where it's only winners. If you're not a winner, you're not in that group. And I know a lot of people are not happy about that, but I wanted it that way because sometimes we are talking about DS-260, which is the visa application, and then somebody was like, what is that? So it's like the same way that when we go to school, they don't put the people in first year and third year in the same class.
Exactly.
I've tried to do it. So if anybody, like when you win the lottery and you can show me that you have actually won, like just showing me your winning letter through my email, which is wofoytv@gmail.com, then I can add the person to the Telegram group. In that group, you're not paying to be part of the group. So you are there with other winners where you can interact with each other, and you can update people about your progress, because, you know, even the most private people, they still want to know what is going on. You know, some people was like, I don't want to be on any platform, but sister, how is it going in Ghana? I was like, well, if you don't want to be in the group and share your information, how is somebody, you know, you want to know what is going on with somebody, but you don't want to share yours. So I think just having that group helps, you know, people to be in the same space and then learn from each other. But if somebody wants to talk to me one-on-one, then they have to book a consultation. And what I've tried to do is just, it depends on the situation, because like sometimes when somebody emails me, like, I want to book consultation, I'm like, what is it? Because if you tell me that I need guidance with this and I cannot help you with it, I want to tell you in the email before you even pay anything, because I don't want to be doing refunding anything, right? So my fee depends on what the person needs help with. I've assisted people with scheduling DNA testing, which will cost more, because what I do with the DNA testing, I negotiate the pricing. I use my African skills. So, like, if it's DNA testing, it will cost a little bit, more than somebody who just wants to talk. So, my pricing, I haven't got to like a standard price yet. It just depends on the situation. So, if anybody wants to book a consultation, they just send me an email, give me just, a brief summary of what the situation is. If I cannot help them, then I will let them know.
So what are the challenges that you're getting, like, when you're trying to help people? Like, is it like, maybe the payment, the mode of payments, maybe, they're taking Visa, people want PayPal, or maybe, what are the challenges that you're having it, like, doing it, helping, doing consultations? What are the major challenges you're having?
Interestingly, the challenge is not about how they pay. I think for me, the biggest challenge has been, my prices are really low because they've asked around. So when people think that, especially from Ghanaian, point of view, when you charge too low, it means you're not providing quality services. That is the Ghanaian mindset, right?
Then you gotta bump up the price, bump those prices up.
Yes. So that's the thing, because now you have people who may not actually be able to afford, something that is too high. But then you have people who also think that your prices are too low. Maybe you're not doing a good job. So that is the conflict that I have, that I try to bring the price up a little bit without, being outrageous. The other part too is that sometimes some people also don't think that you're working. They think that you're getting money from YouTube, so they shouldn't pay you for anything. Like, they should be able to call you anytime and talk to you anytime. I'm like, that is not how it works.
No.
My YouTube content is there, that is several hours of work. A video may be 15 minutes, but the original video could be 45 minutes.
Yeah, you have to record, you have to edit, you have to post, you have to do all that. You need to get paid for that.
Yeah, and you buy software sometimes, some of the editing that you have to pay for the premium, version, so that you can get what you need. So
exactly.
I get, like, occasionally I get something like that. But I used to have like different pricing for, like, if somebody's in Africa, I try to, keep it low. And then if the person is in the US, keep it like standard. But then you still have people who will complain. So now I'm like, it doesn't matter where you are. This is the price. If you want to talk to me. The other part too is that I have opened my email up. So people try to take advantage of the situation. So somebody can type like 5 questions that are like really detailed questions. Like, each question is detailed, and they want you to respond to that.
When you're like, okay, you need to book a consultation for that.
Exactly. And when
but you have to, because you cannot. You don't have time to. Do you have anything else to add?
I think I'm just excited for everybody who is going to win. And if you don't end up winning, know that it's not the end of the journey. There are some people who apply for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years before they win the lottery. But one thing that you know for sure is that if you don't apply, how are you going to win? Like, you must apply so that you will be part.
You have to be in the game to actually win it.
Exactly. So those of you who apply and then you don't win, you give up. Maybe the year that you give up, that might be the year that could have been the opportunity. So if you don't win, don't give up. Keep applying every year. Even if you win, keep applying, because until you get your visa in your hands, you're still not out of the woods.
Yep. You have to get that visa first. So thank you so much for We're so thankful for having you here. I know all my viewers will learn 1 or 2 things from you. So I really appreciate you already explained how to get a hold of you. So if anybody's out there, they won the green card lottery, they don't have expensive money to hire an immigration lawyer, we have people who have experience that can help you. So get in touch with her. I'm gonna put a link of her YouTube channel here on the comment section. So if you wanna follow her, you can just click on the link and you're gonna go ahead and follow her. Thanks for being here today and see you next time.
All right, thank you so much for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye. If you check on May 6th and then you find out that you did not win and you still want to come to America, I have options available for you to come to America. So you're going to go to NAFULAconnect.com. The website is NAFULAconnect.com, and then you're going to click on NAFULA Academy. Then you get to this page here, which is NAFULA Academy. So it says you sign up if you're a foreign trained nurse interested in immigrating to the United States of America as a registered nurse. For right now, we are only accepting registered nurses who have NCLEX. So if you do not have NCLEX, then what you need to do, you need to go here and enroll to be registered for NCLEX in New York, so you can take the NCLEX and become a registered nurse in the state of New York. And that way, then you can be able to immigrate to the United States as a registered nurse. Another option, if you are a student and you want to come here as a student, you can apply for university in the United States. And what you need to do, before you even book the consultation, you need to send us your academic documents. So you send us your documents and then we'll look at them, and then if we see that you qualify to apply for college here, then we'll contact you to book a consultation, and then we'll help you apply for college depending on what you need. If you just need us to advise you on what you need to do, you'll just pay the consultation $50, and then you'll have to apply for college and everything else yourself. But then if you want us to do everything, you have to book this package, and it's $850. So if you want to come to university in the United States of America and you don't know where to start, then you can send us your academic documents. We'll review them, and then we'll advise you if you need to book a consultation. If you don't qualify for college here, we won't even ask you to book a consultation because that will be unfair on your side. So we'll only ask you to book a consultation if we've reviewed your papers and determined that you can qualify for either undergraduate studies or graduate studies, which is a master's degree, or postgraduate, which is a PhD. To contact us or to send us your academic documents, you're gonna click on the About page here, and then on this page here, when you come here, it tells you how you can contact us. You can either send an email. Usually we recommend, like, you have a quick question, you can just type your name here, your email, your phone number, and then you can type your message or your question here. If you want to find us on social media, then you can go, this is our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter. We don't use Twitter as much, but then if you send a message on Facebook, Instagram, or just comment on one of our YouTube videos, then we'll get back to you. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.